What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Take a Hike with Jim. Of course, that makes me aka your boy Jim, you know. And today we are doing our shakedown, right? The Greenbrier River Trail. And already we're having issues, but we'll talk about that here in a minute, right? So without being said, let's get going. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and hit that bell notification for us, right? So I said we're already having issues. One of the issues is we are extremely heavy from what we should be, right? Extremely heavy. Before, when we was hiking with our pack and everything, we was roughly at 15 pounds, just below it. Sometimes just barely over it. So as you folks know, we changed out gear, we switched some stuff out. I've even taken stuff out of the pack for this hike in particular. In saying that, for whatever reason, we are heavier. It didn't make sense to me. So knowing that we was going to be here on the trail, and knowing what I got to carry in, I got to carry out, we are extremely heavy right now, compared to what we should be. And so rest assured, when I go to start the AT, I will not be as heavy as I am on my back today, right? We got several miles to do, at least 9.5, maybe even 14.5, but at least 9.5. Be interesting to see with the weight, because I do have some weight on me. Now I can shed some of that weight real quick. I can drop about 4 pounds of it, 3 pounds, 4 pounds of it real quick. But we're gonna see. It's a shakedown. This is where we learn. You know, it's all well and good, throw your pack on, have all this stuff go right when you're out on a day hike, but how is it going to perform when it matters? And I'm just telling you, right now we are way too heavy. I'm going to estimate, with food and water, and like I said, it does not make sense, we're approaching, I want to say we're approaching excess of 30 pounds in our pack for a shakedown hike. Now, in saying that, if we don't make it to the full 9 miles, there's other campsites within like 3 miles or so. We will stop at those. If I have to ditch gear in order to make this, I will. It's just how it is. I'm not trying to not be successful, but at the same time, I'm not trying to kill myself in the process here, right? Let's spin this way. Got some people coming. So we'll see. We'll see. That's why they call it a shakedown, right? Look at you, buddy. Hello. So once again, the pack feels decent, even though it's heavier than what I intended it to be. So we will see, right? Like I said, we got a long way to go. Short time to get there. It's not sitting on my hips right. I'll tell you that right now. So I'm not sure what's exactly going on there. I had that same problem last night trying to throw this bad boy on. So that's gonna make for a long, slow hike. So we gotta shed weight. So let's start talking about that, right? Bare minimum electronics. We're gonna make a list. Bare minimum electronics for AT: phone, watch, headband, power bank. That's it. Nothing else. I gotta figure out a way to rig the phone the way I got it here, and that's all we are planning on carrying, right? Then we need to look at the bare essentials, okay? So let's look at the bare essentials. Since we're doing this through hike, or not through hike, but shakedown, we are going to need, without a doubt, our quilt. So that's a check. We got our quilt or our sleeping bag. So that is a check. We are a go. About a mile in, we're going to stop. We're going to try to readjust this pack a little bit to see if I can get it sitting on my hips right, because right now it is not. So we need our sleeping bag. That is a go. There is no arguing having a sleeping bag, not having a sleeping bag, or sleeping quilt. So the sleeping quilt that I have is so much lighter than my sleeping bag. It's synthetic. It is rated for lower temperature. So I think that's what we have to go with, right? I think it's what we have to go with. So, campsites at 4.7, 9.5. Bathrooms located at 4.7, 9.5. So it'll be up to us whether we want to do 4.7 or 9.5. We might do the 4.7, depending time, how we feel. My pants are coming down. I'm getting moon the world, baby. So I gotta come over here. I gotta fix this real quick. At this post is where I'll drop and fix that and pause the video. We're gonna have to fix that situation. Looks like an old barn, right? Some kind of an old barn here. Old shed, something. So let's get across the road here. And actually, I think if I'm right, let's backtrack here just a second. We're not that far in at all, not even a quarter. But if we're gonna fix things, now's the time. And yes, there is a picnic shelter, and maybe we can do some bag adjustments is what I'm thinking. And see. Get over here. Get over to the get over to the picnic area, do some bag adjustments, and continue trekking on down to the campsite for the night, right? But it's easier to adjust this dang thing when you got something to set it on and something to work with, because the way it is and we have to get lighter. So we're gonna see what that looks like here in a little while. I'm just being honest with you. So because we got all kind of time tonight to do that, right? So anyway, supposed to pack it in, pack it out. Right there is the reason why bears are rampant and things have such a hard time. All that stuff there. Of course, that may be hiker food for people that are camping or something to drop. I don't know. So we'll see. Got to figure out where the twist is already coming from and the sweating is coming from. I know where the sweat's coming from, but it's all this extra weight. So I don't want to sweat profusely, so that's coming off for now. It's going to be a little bit chilly, but that is coming off for now. So I need to fix my strap. My one strap is all, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one needs to move up a little bit, but that'll be okay for now. This strap here somehow popped out earlier, and now it's all twisted, right? So we have to untwist this strap to get it working properly. And then this should roll in there like so, and grab that. Now that strap there is fixed. That strap there seems to be fixed. We'll loosen those two up. We'll put a bit of tight on that one. Put tight on that one. Let's see. Those are fine. That's about loose. That in there seems a little twisted. I don't know how it got twisted, but it does seem twisted. So how did you get twisted? It's gonna have to be that way. That's all I know, because I don't know how it ended up getting twisted. We're wasting precious gas, right? So, main thing is keeping the pants up too, right? So, the Sky Goat hoodie, like I said, I don't want to start sweating a whole heck of a lot. The Sky Goat hoodie needs to be tucked away for now. So let's do that. A lot of editing to do. That's for sure. That is for sure. I couldn't fit not one more thing in here, and that in itself is part of the problem. So we're going to remedy my language, so we'll edit this all out. Rooster's real confused, dang it. So, slow that one on. I was supposed to throw that on. Now, what else can I do? I want to put that sit on my hips. I don't want to bring it down my pants. All right. So there's that. That comes in. That tightens out. There we go. What is heading up here? There's my jumper. There. Jumper there. So, can't have a shit in my pockets. I want that in. Glasses are a must. So anyway, we came over to the shelter here, not far up the trail. Adjust the bag, it's fitting a lot better, feeling a lot better. I should be able to make some miles. And what I thought was like trash and was complaining about, it's not. It's trail magic, right? It's trail magic. Got some cans, got some ramen noodles, got some different food stuffs in there. So that's amazing. So we're tracking on, right? There's no trash. You pack it in, you pack it out. So we didn't leave no trash. This thing here has got to be flipped. So pack's setting a little bit better now, and I could probably stand to it's still not setting exactly where it needs to set, but in saying that, that's gonna make the world of difference in my hike today. Stopping, taking the time out to adjust my bag. Still moving around a little bit. If I could get it, the one side doesn't seem to want to cooperate at all, but there ain't a whole lot right now that I feel that I could do about it. There it goes, a little bit tighter. So I don't know, we got a lot of adjustment things and stuff to do in the bag. But now, even though this bag is heavy, because it is setting more where it needs to set, I think we're good. So that's real cool. Good to know we're not gonna go hungry, right? Plenty of food. We had our first bit of trail magic already, right? We're on the Greenbrier River Trail, quarter of a mile into our hike, and Trail Angel has already left some supplies. Now we're good, but for those that needs it, that's amazing, right? So anyway, let's truck on. Beautiful day. We still need to get our pack lighter, and which we are, or learn how to distribute the weight a little bit better, because we are heavy. We are heavy. Turn the camera this way. And keep on going. Hello. Happy New Year. And keep on hiking. A beautiful, beautiful day. Our pack is still way heavier than it should be. We're going to talk about that. Sorry about all the camera movement. We're going to talk about that throughout our journey. So, electrical equipment, we want a headlamp, cell phone, and our watch, and our Garmin. That's it. So, that'll do that. Turn this way. Hello. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So, anyway, so we went over to electronics. We know we need the quilt. We got that. The mat. Tonight is going to be the true tell, if you will, of the sleeping mat. So, how's the sleeping mat going to do? The Thermarest Neoloft. How's that going to do? That's going to be the thing. Do we take it, or do we take the Nemo Extreme weather conditions? And right now, because of the weight, I'm thinking extreme weather conditions. We'll see how the Thermaloft does, and go from there. So, bathroom stuff. This is where it comes down to brass tacks, right? So, poop shovel, and we have a well, we have the poop shovel, we have the bidet, and tonight we're packed way heavy because we brought a little extra TP with us, right? And some dude wipes, and we don't need that much. So when we go out on trail, we are going to trust the system, and we're going to take a little bit of old-fashioned, just a little bit of old-fashioned lightweight TP, just in case. But the bidet and the poop shovel, and just enough TP to get her done, right? In case we have to. So that's going to lighten the load. Electronics are lightening the load. That is lightening the load. So, food-wise, ain't much you can do. Select different kinds of foods, but food's going to be heavy. So, coming into this, when I finally weighed my bag with the food, I was at, I want to say, close to 5 pounds, and I only had like 2 days and a half worth of food. So went to Walmart, changed some stuff out, just some things. We'll go over that here in a little bit. So, cooking system, we're doing away with the huge pot once we get home. We'll make us a lid cozy for the small pot, and we'll carry the small pot and the burner. So we're going to shed a few ounces right there, right? So keep hitting that pole, quit it. So we'll shed a few ounces right there. So in saying that, that's going to shed from the electronics, that's going to shed from the food system, that's going to shed from the poop system. Ain't much we can do about the sleep system, although we did drop the styrofoam mat. It's gone, so we're not bringing the styrofoam mat. So there's a little bit of weight cut from the styrofoam mat system, right? Clothing is where I feel that the majority of my weight and issue comes from, because you don't realize how much clothing actually weighs. So, you know, there's that. The clothing that I've brought with me today is minimal, but still I feel like is needs to be put in check. So, one polyester short sleeve like Under Armour style t-shirt, one pair of shorts, one pair of hiker pants, one long sleeve. So I really like my sun hoodie that I have, so that's gonna be the one I choose. I'm gonna bring, instead of 3 pairs of socks, I'm bringing 2 pairs of socks, and I'm bringing 2 pairs of underwear. So that's going to trim down a lot when it comes to that's going to trim down a lot when it comes to clothing. So once again, basically 2 outfits: one t-shirt with a pair of shorts, underwear, socks. The other outfit, long sleeve, pants, underwear, socks. That's it. So we're gonna put that in. So we've trying to and hopefully shave some weight there, right? So with shaving weight there, with shaving some weight there, that should help us tremendously, right? Instead of full-size toothpaste, travel toothpaste, we'll cut the handle off our toothbrush, take a few grams there, and for all those that know me, they're about to shout hoorah. I'm not saying you were right, because I still think it could be done. Spoken like a true man, right? So, see, check this out. Hold on, I want to stop. This is great. We got trail maps labeled right here, right? We got one in our pocket, but it's plumb full of trail maps, right? Trail maps. So, but anyway, we're only going to record a little bit longer, then we're going to stop for a little bit, and we'll come back on. But anyway, talk about the pack weight. So, the pack weight overall, I can't change my pack out too late in the game. So, a lot of the medical stuff that I should bring with me, not bringing with me. So, I don't know. Check this out. We still got ice on the mountain. The Greenbrier River to my right, a lot of it's frozen. Show you that in a minute. Not completely frozen, but a lot of it is. So it might make getting water interesting. We saw several bikers. So I don't know if there'll be other people camping tonight, or they're just passing through and doing a section. But right here's the Greenbrier River. I'm hoping to have enough signal up here, maybe, to work on and upload y'all a video during my shakedown. That'd be cool. But if not, it'll be tomorrow. But So that's just what we're thinking. Anything that is non-essential, that is 100% not necessary, is gone. It's gone. Because if we don't, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Now, I don't even feel like we've walked a mile of this thing. And that says mile marker 4. Ain't no way. So, we got some ways to go. So, I thought we would start at mile marker 1 according to the GPS. Apparently not, but that's okay too. We will still find the time to walk. Got our Garmin going right now, and we was able to text the wife on her phone and let her know that we was starting our hike. So this could be interesting because that's mile marker 4, and we started back there. There's no way we've walked that far. No way. My distance and stuff's gonna be off quite a bit of what I really wanted to do, based on all trails. I really gotta get far out going. All trails has proven to be junk. So anyway, I'm gonna give you a sight of the Greenbrier River here for a moment, and that's the first start of a trail. Let you know where we're at. Like I said, way overweight. We've had to stop adjust. We had our first trail magic, right? So that's phenomenal. So even though we didn't have to partake of it, it was still phenomenal that it was there. So anyway, we're gonna turn this off, and we're gonna turn to burn up some miles up the river here, and we'll be back here in a little bit. Okay, save some battery. So now we're at mile marker 5. We're, I want to say, roughly 2 miles in, maybe. I'm not for sure because, like I said, I'm throwed off from where we were supposed to start and where it started. So that's gonna be something for the Garmin to tell me here in a little bit. We did pass a shelter, and it was nice. I won't say shelter, it was a campsite. Had a fire ring, nice campsite. Let's look at the river. Nice campsite, private privy, and it was a stream like right up that it was easily to get water. And then there was a ground spout, you know, one of the old timey ones you pump and whatever. So that was interesting. But the really cool thing that happened, let me switch around. The really cool thing that happened, I'm out here and I'm walking the Greenbrier Valley River Trail. Don't know how many exact miles we're in because, well, the mileage marker system screwed it from the beginning to there. All we know is it's getting about lunch 30, right? So in saying that, we're walking, we're hiking, and had to stop, give me a drink of water, relieve myself too, if you will. And I see these people walking and they got dogs. Dog starts carrying on barking. It's what dogs do. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, I'll stand over the side. I got dogs, don't worry about it. And they went to walk past me, and the woman that was with the dude, she stops, her jaw drops, and she's like, Jim? And I stop at that point because I'm 2.5, 3 miles out here in the middle of the daggone woods. And she goes, Jim, you gotta be Jim. And I looked at her and I said, yes, I'm Jim. I said, who? I looked at her and I said, I'm sorry, I recognize the face, I can't remember the name. And she said, it's me, Rebecca, from Adventures on the Gorge all those years ago. And I thought, oh my God. Okay, because here's the story. I worked security for a couple seasons for Adventures on the Gorge, and they would get these interns or students or co-ed students from other countries. Rebecca was one of those students, and she came over here from the Dominican Republic, Ecuador. I said Dominican Republic, I was wrong. Ecuador. She came here from Ecuador, and because I had to think there were so many of them. Anyway, and her first year she was here as an intern, she fell in love with the state of West Virginia, our culture, United States. Fell in love with it, and went back home to Ecuador. Was it? No, was it? I said Ecuador. I got it wrong again. El Salvador? It's one of them countries that start with an E, by God. We'll just go with that. We from West, by God. If you know, you know. I want to say Ecuador. It had to be El Salvador. Anyway, one of them countries. And so she goes back, and she has a horrific year. In her country, she was married to a guy who was the son of a drug cartel, basically. She was forced into the marriage, the way I understood it at that time. And it wasn't even one where he came around or was even involved. The only time he came around was when he would take her and her family's money, the way I understood it. So I think she had a house fire that year she was going. All of her money, he came in and took all of her money, if I remember right. So she comes back to the States the second year on a lie. Okay, on a lie. So the program was for people that was active in school in their country or whatever, and of a certain age. Well, technically she had aged out and wasn't in school, so technically she wasn't supposed to be in the United States on her education work visa. But she worked her tail off. She was a waitress, restaurant called Smokies on the Gorge. But anyway, she works her tail off. She's doing everything she can to try to become an American citizen, and everybody's telling her how impossible it is. And we tried every which way. We tried the military. We tried every which way we could, extending her visa, because she has family that does live in the United States, but they're in Florida. But they only wanted the money, right? So that was a no-go at that time. So anyway, I ended up losing my job at AOTG through a set of very unfortunate circumstances. Let this be a lesson. You can go to HR, you can go to your boss, but if you're a man, if you know, you know. So anyway, enough about that. So she had to go back to her home country again, and that was a little over 3-4 years ago since I seen her. And lo and behold, my shakedown hike, Greenbrier River Trail, in the woods, out in the middle excuse my language, no damn where, comes an old friend, a familiar face, just to say hi. So I thought I'd share that. We're gonna probably stop at mile marker 6 or 7, have lunch, and try to push on tonight to 9.5. I think at this point that's the only option we really have, or turn and go back, and that's not an option. So we shall see, but you'll have these little blips of me coming on and off camera. Thought I'd share that story, even out here in the middle of nowhere. Somebody finds a gym. Get your hike on. Finally made it to a rest stop, I guess you could say. We got to evaluate this hot spot on our foot, fix that, and then get some water and put some miles behind us, right? So I'm gonna try to put that camera where y'all can kind of see what's going on. But yeah, we definitely got to take a look at this foot. And whoo, that thing did not want to come off easily. Oh, definitely. And it's getting a little bit colder, so we're definitely putting our sky goat back on, right? So let me see what we got here. I got compression sock. I know I got some other things down in here for this foot. Right? Precious sock's all fine. There's the other one. Some cordage just did. Just a wallet. And that's the air pump. So yes, that's what we have there. So use this cordage for later. This side of the mountain, is chilly. Up around the bend up there, the sun's shining. But we got some miles to put on before we hit there, right? So we're gonna fix this foot, get us something to drink, and then go from there. I don't want to cut the circulation plumb off, but I do want to create a little bit of extra padding. If I could create extra padding between, if I can create extra padding between a hot spot that is forming or formed and my foot, then we can successfully either prevent or help treat a blister, right? This ain't the best of places, but you know what? We asked God to provide a place, and He did. So I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm gonna sit here and go, you know what? Thank you. We're gonna put that on. Put this here. So I don't know necessarily where my other socks are at that I was wanting to put on. That's okay. This will still work. And then, like I said, we're going to drink of water, and we are going to put our sky goat back on, because it's just a little chilly on this side of the mountain. Ain't bad. I mean, it's tolerable, but it's definitely and the river's right there, so you definitely got a little bit more chill than whatever. It wouldn't take long for hypothermia to kick in out here today, even sweating and all that, so you got to be real careful, you know what I mean? And it's not that we're in any kind of danger zone, because we're not. Teaching moment, you know what I'm saying? But there's been quite a few people out on trail today. I imagine tomorrow morning, as we move into the day coming off the trail, there will still be quite a few people coming off the trail, which is cool. All right, so we'll set that aside for a minute. Now, what's that? What's this? Oh, it's my gloves. It's for later if I need them. All right. These are them AFO things I was telling y'all about that the doctor prescribed. They seem to be doing their job, so that's always good. Big blister, right? So we're not gonna pop it, but there is a blister there. So we'll put this on for now. We get to camp tonight. Like I said, we're not gonna pop it. We don't want to take a chance to get infected. It's very important to keep it clean. We will clean it out, and throw a bandage on, throw other sock on, and get on up the way. But for now, we are going to go ahead, take this sock off. Like I said, it ain't too bad of a blister yet. It could get or be a lot worse. It's about the size, it just started forming really, so it's, I'm gonna say it's about the size of a dime, maybe a nickel. Not too bad, but let's put some layers between the blister and the inside of that shoe. I couldn't find my Intuits, so I know that I brought them. I'll find them tonight at camp, and I'll have them ready to go. All right, so we'll throw shoe back on. So we got a little bit of blister care right there taken care of with a little bit of extra material between it until we get to camp, which we're not that far out in the grand scheme of things. A little bit of a walk, but not that far out. And like I said, we'll be able to better treat it there tonight. And let's see what time it is. I got 10% battery left on my watch. Ain't that great? Way to go, Apple. So, let's see what time it is. You got 10% battery. So that's something else I have to do tonight. I have to charge that and a few other things. But we got our charging bank with us, so we're gonna be ready for tomorrow on the way out of here, right? So I would venture to say it is 2:05, is what it's saying. So I don't know, we're making pretty good time. I'm assuming we'll get to camp about somewhere between 3 and 4:30. That's gonna give us time to get set up, get camp going. I'd like to have it's pretty dry, so there ain't no burn warning. So if I can get down there to the burn pit and I can find a few things to burn in the woods tonight, you know what I mean? Maybe have a little campfire tonight if we get there in time. because we got to set up camp first. That's first and foremost. So I want to get a drink real quick. I'll take advantage of that. And there we go. Leg breaks this pop. Felt like it did. It did not. So let's get us a little drink of water. Just enough to wet the whistle. Probably need more water than that, but we're just gonna go with it now, right? And I'm showing y'all the crack of the moon. I do apologize. It's a big crack. I don't mean to. So loosen that back up. It's definitely gonna be chilly tonight, but I think we'll be fine. I honestly do. I think we'll be just fine. We got some base layers that we haven't got on yet that we can put on at camp, so that's gonna be real good, right? And then this. Okay, here we go. Spread out. Grab that in. Pop it. Thumb here. And thumb here. Forward and down. And keep the garment from stabbing us. Would be extremely happy. So, let's see how this foot feels. Still gonna be sore. But I got a little bit of fabric between the sore and the other, so yeah, it's still gonna be sore. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But we got a band-aid and stuff for it. But we just want to make sure that we're getting... Oh, I didn't relatch. Dang it, folks. Forgot all about it. That foot is going to be the test, ain't it? That's the test of the trail. Good training. So... now we know. That's locked. We're locked. Loaded. Everything's to be tightened up. Things carrying about where it should be. Onward to mile marker 7. So, until we get up here where we can stop, had a good picnic table and eat. I got to change battery. Try to get this thing charging. Yeah, so see about mile marker 7, 7.5, something like that. So made it to mile marker 7, baby. We're trying to get to 9.5. Let's go. Sorry, camera's shaky. So we stopped somewhere between mile marker 7 and 8. And it's about 2:30. Try to have us a little bit of lunch. The ramen noodles with the chicken, granola bar, and some snacks. And to be honest with you, we're getting ready to turn the camera around a second. But to be honest with you, I'm not a ramen guy. I eat it, but I'm not a ramen guy. But this whole heat up water, pour it in a bag, that type of thing, I don't know that that's gonna work for me. I'm the type of guy that likes his food semi-warm. And the noodles, they was okay. They was decent. I don't think they was good with the chicken, the lemon chicken packet from Walmart. But we ended up getting about a half a liter of water in us. We spilled, made a big mess, so we had to clean that up. So that was about a quarter liter of water, and we still didn't get it completely cleaned up, but cleaned up enough, I'm pretty sure. So my suspicions were confirmed when I called the wife, and she's been monitoring me on the Garmin, and I thought that the mile markers were off because it started me at a different parking lot, the direction Siri did. So I actually started, according to the map, if I'm right, about mile marker 3.6, something like that. So in saying that, about mile marker 3.6, 3.8, somewhere around there. So yeah, when I talked to her at lunch, I was about 4.5 miles in. I think I had about, like I told her, about another mile and a half. So that's gonna put us about 5.5, 6 miles for the day. Most likely we'll be setting up a lot of camp with it being dusk, which I'm not too excited about, but it is what it is, because here in West by God, that sun drops quick. My GoPro battery, or at least this one, is dying out pretty quick. I got another one in my bag somewhere. I just don't feel like digging it out at this moment. Pretty sure got some bear marks and bear tracks, and pretty sure mile marker 8. Here we go, baby. Let's go. Mile marker 8. Mile and a half to go till camp. But I'm pretty sure that it was either cub or mom bear, but I'm pretty sure it was cubs. As I was eating, was up on the hill playing. It wasn't squirrel, wasn't chipmunk. Anybody's hunter know them things can sound like a locomotive. It was definitely different sounding than deer. Although I couldn't see them, they was quite a bit up. I would venture to say it was in fact bear cubs. Probably bear cubs playing. Actually didn't come on down on me. But bear cubs can be curious little fellas, right? Oh, here's a waterfall for our check-in. That's not gonna be bad. It's supposed to be the waterfall that she was talking about. So we're roughly a mile and a half out. We'll go get camp set up. Get our bear bag, definitely get our bear bag hung. And get tent set up. And then maybe by hikers midnight, 9:30, 8:30, 9:30. Excuse me. Somewhere through theirs, I can go to sleep. Plenty of water on my right, being that that's the Greenbrier River. But getting down to it, I still have about a whole liter of water. And like I said, we got 1.5 miles. So if it's accurate, we got 1.5 miles. So mile marker 9.5 is supposed to be a really sweet setup, but as you see, it's first come, first serve. So in saying that, if it's full, you got to move on. And the next one would be 14.5, which I don't know that my foot will let me do that today. So, I mean, absolutely slam possibility at doing it. Yeah, probably, but it's not gonna be good for that blister, even though I got extra cloth with it. So and it might have been a deer instead of cubs. It might have been. We got some fresh deer tracks, right? And they may cut up the mountain over there and have those going up diagonally on their deer path was up above me making some noise. Chances are. So anyway, we're at mile marker 8 something now. 8.1 and 1/4. Something like that. So we'll see y'all at mile marker 9. Well, as you can tell, the sun's going down real quick behind the mountains, and it's just a little bit about 3, a little bit over 3. We're at mile marker 9. We're being forced to slow down. That last mile, we really pushed ourselves. So now I'm gonna slow it way down. Hope this battery lasts me a few minutes. We're gonna slow it way down. We got 0.5 to camp, and then hopefully it's open and we can set camp up tonight. And I'll be honest with you, I can't go to 14.5. That ain't happening. And I know they don't want you camping off of anything that's not a designated area, but past 9.5, 9.6, that's about do it for me. Really got a late start hike. I'm not trying to make excuses or results or excuses. You can't have both. Let me slow it down. So I'm not trying to make excuses by far. I wanted a 10-mile day. We're going up like a 5, 5.5, 6, somewhere 7, 5.5, 6, something like that. Mile day, and for a shakedown, it ain't too bad. But I've been fighting a blister for the last 2.5, 3 miles, 2.5 miles. I've had very little lunch, had a good breakfast, but very little lunch. Just enough kind of maybe to bump me in the ass. So, at 0.5, is where the camp, like I said, is supposed to be. And we'll go from there. We're just about to take our time, bring our heart rate down, bring our body level back to center, as we like to. We was really pushing that last mile, maybe even a little bit too hard for what it is and what it's worth, but still trying to put some distance in. So hopefully, and I know these have been short, sporadic little bursts, but hopefully when we come back, we'll be at camp, and I'm hoping our water source is not as dry as that creek bed. Oh boy, we'll be in for it tonight, that's for sure. All right, so see you at the camp in a minute. So, welcome to mile marker 9.5, baby. So, this is the trash can. But guess what? Bear ain't getting into that. So, even though that's a trash can, that's my bear bag. That's my bear box tonight, right? I'm just telling you, we're gonna make that shit work. So we got a shelter, and then we got a privy up here. I'm not for sure about water. I think according to the map, they're supposed to be. I'm hoping. I mean, the creek sounds like it's over the hill, but we'll figure that out in a minute. We got a little shelter right here, actually, that even if we didn't want to do our tent, we just come in here and make sure there ain't no bees, no bats, no nothing, and kind of set up shelter in here if we would like. We got a little fire ring out here. Right there's where we're at. But so, and it seems like there's a water source right there. I want to check it out. I want to drop this real quick because regardless, come on, baby, get this pack off, come on, because regardless, for the night, we are here. So this is home for the evening, right? And not too shabby, not too shabby. Let me see how far it is. Wow, shoulders feel real light. So if I'm gonna get water, I gotta get hopping. I gotta get the tent up, because yeah, there's water, but boy, oh boy, it is gonna be a ways down to get it, and you damn sure don't want to do that at dark. So, all right, check our cell phone status. I know that blister has gotten bigger and it hurts bad and it's squishy. I think it's pretty much the whole back side of my foot now, which is going to make it interesting for tomorrow getting out of here. But we're going to do it nonetheless. Let's go check the privy. I'd like to get a little fire going. That'd be nice. But I ain't killing myself for it. That blister, I think, has popped. We got some good firewood there for a fire tonight. If I can find some good kindling, see what's up in here. Just a privy, toilet paper. What the hell? I realized with the toilet paper comment that you or others might have thought I went ahead and done a deuce or a business meeting. I didn't, but man, did I have to pee. So we're gonna get some of that here in a little bit, and we're gonna burn some of that if we can. First things first, let me switch out a battery, set the tripod up, get us a little bit of water, see what our cell phone status is. Let's get this tent going. We got some foot care that needs to be done ASAP. All right, ASAP. So we'll see y'all in a few minutes. All better. So be all right. So we made it to camp, and it's dark here. It's not even 6:30 in the evening, and we was forced into the tent a little bit prematurely. We was able to get water, and I don't know like I said, I don't know if because the hiking and the distance, the miles, you guys could tell me after we get this uploaded or whatever, what have you. I'm trying to get this going over here so I ain't blinding every dang on body. But I really didn't want to eat, right? So I didn't necessarily eat. The Gashmere, the 2 tent, we're going to give an honest review. I love the tent. I don't know it's going to make the journey with me on the AT. It was my dream tent, but I still don't know that it's going to make the journey with me on the AT. We're going to see how tonight goes, the rest of the night. We didn't get much calories in us throughout the day, all right? We had a decent breakfast, but we tried to eat lunch, couldn't really eat lunch. Tried to eat supper, really couldn't eat supper, so we're holding out for breakfast in the morning, right? And that's going to be the thing. If we can get breakfast going tomorrow morning, man, that's going to be good. So, I don't know. Like I said, Shakedown hike day 1, or first Shakedown hike, we done a little bit over 6 miles. We got a horrendous blister on our right foot, so walking out of here tomorrow is going to be very taxing. It's going to be painful. It's going to hurt. And so I'm not looking forward to that too much. But other than that, like I said, a little bit hungry, but not enough to eat. Really don't want to eat. I didn't have to do a bear hang tonight. They had a trash canister up here. It requires like hand grips getting into type of thing. So I was able to get in the back of it and utilize that. Kind of has a bear box. So that worked out pretty decent until tomorrow morning. So tomorrow, the game plan is I'm going to try to sleep tonight, get some sleep, kind of lay here and get warm in the tent. And I'm pretty warm right now. It's about, I don't know, 38 degrees. And we'll try to get real warm, get some sleep, get up in the morning, get breakfast, tear down camp. I got to fix the foot, and then we will go from there, right? So it's just going to be a long walk tomorrow. I'm really not looking forward to it, but it's like 6.3 or 6.4 miles out of here tomorrow with a big open sore on the side of my foot. But I got to get through it. So, thinking about keeping the AFO out of my shoe tomorrow. And with my extra socks and all that stuff on, just to see if that'll give me some extra miles. I'm used to the arch pain. But I'm not used to the blister pain, right? So, all right. Well, it's kind of cold. Or it's getting colder by the minute. So, I kind of want to try to get as warm as can be. Right? Oh, sorry about the light in your eyes. I kind of want to get as warm as can be. But Shakedown today, number 1. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong today. I wished I wouldn't have came as far out as I did. If it wasn't for my foot hurting, I would probably at least go halfway back tonight. But I'm extremely tired. My foot hurt. It's hurting. And it's, it's getting colder. So we got some hours to get behind us. So we'll get behind us. At least we ain't walking, right? All right, we'll see you guys. We're going to cut out. We'll see you guys in the morning. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. See you then.